Hi there, and welcome to the Wisdom of Whitehawk, where the collective consciousness known to us as Whitehawk offers a bridge to find purpose and meaning in your life, to follow your path wherever it takes you, with loving guidance. Alan Herring channels Whitehawk, and Gail expands on the teachings. Enjoy this episode.
And are we happy? Are we happy? Are you happy and grateful for the journey that you've led so far to bring you to this particular point? Happy and grateful for the contrasts, those lovely things called contrast. You've really set them up for yourselves, haven't you? You know, as you go along this path in life and you want some sort of change, you set up a contrast to take you into a different direction. You know, whether that's, you think you've been fired from a particular job, or you've been moved on or made redundant. And these are the little steps that you've put into place to give you that expansion, that growth. So see it as a good thing. And there are many contrasts in life, and they can be seen in many sort of flavors and stories that you tell yourself. And the contrasts are a perspective as well. And once you see them as a good thing, as a stepping stone to feeling better for yourself, then you're going to see aha. You're going to have those aha moments about the contrasts and embrace them and find the value and the joy and the gratitude in them that will take you forward. And it's about moving forward as well. And sometimes we get a bit impatient. Particularly you humans get a little bit impatient. Why is that? Because we want to show you that it is a path of least resistance that gets you there in the most practical, fulfilling, and heartfelt way. So you need to move slowly, but make haste while you do that. And it's a bit like learning a new task, very new. You feel as if you're all thumbs and everything like that. And there's a certain amount of franticness, anxiety, manicness, if there's such a word, to in the whole process of trying to learn something new fairly quickly. And the more you try to learn and you try to extract every little bit of information as quickly as you can, the further away you're going to be, and the situation gets a little bit dire because you're actually second thinking yourself as to, am I really cut out for this particular position? And this happens in all walks of life, whether it's a job, a business, a relationship, buying a puppy. There's all these contrasts set into place to get you to ask the question. And this is what we're trying to put across to you. Make haste slowly. And when you put into place something, you just ease back a little bit and just take your time. Trust in the process that is taking you forward. And once you start to trust in the process, then you have this light bulb moment that says we're on the right path and we're heading in the right direction. And that's all we need, is some sort of guidance and play in the whole situation to say that we are moving forward in the right direction, as opposed to moving backwards in the wrong direction. And we can easily think of that 1,000 different scenarios that would certainly indicate that we're moving in the wrong direction. But are we really moving in the wrong direction? And like we said before, the element of contrast is your gift to asking the question about moving forward, moving into that next dimension, moving into that expansive state, that expanded state, that resonance that you're really, really looking forward to achieving. And when the contrasts come up and you think things are getting a little bit hard, take a step back, move slowly into the situation and think about it for a moment. Feel the emotion, what it can yield, that step back to take two forward. And that's a real saying. Take a step back to take two forward. And this is what the universe is teaching you. Take it easy, take it slowly. By doing it slower, you actually achieve it quicker. And that's almost contradictory in terms. You think, I'll just do it quickly and I'll use up all my time and energy and everything like that. But are you really getting ahead? But if you just take a step back, take a deep breath, and move fluidly into that process of moving forward. And it's about, we've spoken about this many times, you just take it easy, slow down, and trust the process. And if you're looking for that purpose in life, a lot of people get frantic about it. There's almost, again, a manicness of franticness, and therefore you add those two situations together, you get anxiety, you start to get off the track, the wheels start to fall off your particular goal of finding that true purpose in life. And if you just take a step back, take a couple of deep breaths, take out a pen and paper, your favourite computer, your iPhone, whatever it is, to get down some easy notes when you're in that ease and flow. There's a reason why it's ease and flow rather than frantic and flow. Ease and flow. And once you go with the flow, the answers will come to you like lightning bolts, just out of the blue, when you're not trying to think of them. And you know yourself, each and every one of you, you've had a situation where you're trying to think of an answer or somebody's name or a phone number or where somebody else lives or the name of the 47th emperor of the galaxy. In that quiet moment, you could be walking in nature in particular and with your animal friends, listening to the birds chirping. Then all of a sudden, pop, you've got that answer there. And what did you do? What did you really do? You didn't do anything, really. You actually took a step back. You took it slowly. Ease and flow. Ease and flow. So you got to the point. And this is the general gist of moving forward. If you do it with ease and flow, it just unfolds. If you try to fight the tide of the impossibilities, the situations that come up, the contrast, you try to fight the contrast rather than embrace them, you're going to just wear out and tire out, and you're just going to be demotivated. Your inspiration for moving forward into that beautiful space of expansion will be lost. So this is what we're trying to get across. Trust in the process. Take it easy on yourself. Find ways to make it easy to find that nice lighted path. And of course, embrace the contrasts. Embrace those times when you stumble and fall, when you have that issue that comes up that prevents you from moving forward, whether you want to buy a new car, a house, a plane, or a bicycle. They're just giving you more questions to ask to refine what you want. The quicker you can identify the contrast as a great asset for moving forward, the sooner you're going to move into that expansiveness. So rather than wait and look back on the contrast months, years, decades later and say, oh, I can see how that happened, get into the practice of observing, acknowledging, and embracing the contrasts in life. It is probably more difficult, the perception of the contrast, because it is your perception that it is an issue. And the more you embrace it and you observe it and you acknowledge it each and every day, the more times you're going to be in that space of forgiving when there is a contrast, accepting of the contrast, and therefore embracing the contrast and realizing it is a real asset that you have here to move forward. And it's a great lesson in life, not only this life, but every life, and the lives that you touch. Glad you could join us.
We hope you enjoyed this episode. If you'd like to know more about the wisdom of Whitehawk, you can go to www.wisdomofwhitehawk.com. Thanks for joining us.